Hey friends, hope you're doing well. Just checking in from Maui here. The video that you're about to see is just over 2 years old, 834 days to be exact. It's the celebration of day 2000 of my everyday project, things you can look at with your eyes. And I realized that I just haven't uploaded it to my YouTube channel. So you will see that video very shortly. But looking back on it, 834 days later, I realized that not much has changed. The motivation more or less stays the same to create beautiful things that impact people and motivate people, to share my ideas with the world, and ultimately get over why it started, which is, depression and anxiety and overcoming health challenges, turning that struggle into something meaningful. So yeah, you're about to see that video. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I love you. See ya. Day 2000, baby, let's go. Hello friends, family, and people of the internet. I just wanted to make this video to check in, to say hello, and to say thank you for each and every one of you who's been around for these last 2,000 days of things you can look at with your eyes. It's day 2000, baby. We made it. I just wanted to say a massive, massive, massive thank you to each and every one of you who's been around for these last 2,000 days. And for anybody who's just joining, for those of you who are just joining and don't know what I'm talking about, for the last 2,000 days, I've created one new thing you can look at with your eyes every single day. So it's included glitch art, weird conceptual CGI, 3D animation, drone photography, drone video, portraiture, and basically everything in between. And it's been an amazing, amazing ride so far. It's been lots and lots of fun. And I just wanted to talk a bit about how the project got started to begin with. For anybody who might be wondering, what the heck is Chesto doing uploading these things every day for the last 2,000 days? I just wanted to explain a bit of how it got started, really. So ever since I can remember, I've always kind of been this sick kid. Always at the doctor's office or at the hospital. I've been in an emergency room more times than I can possibly remember at this point. And in addition to a bunch of other stuff, I have Crohn's disease. And Crohn's disease being an autoimmune disorder that's characterized by inflammation, that goes together with clinical depression like peanut butter and jam. So it got to a point where I was sleeping 16 to 18 hours in a day and doing nothing else. I wasn't working, I wasn't hanging out with friends, I wasn't really doing anything of any real value at all. Just sitting in bed in pain or sleeping. That was the extent of my life for a long time. And it really got to a point where it was sort of like, in my own mind, something needed to change. Something needed to happen. I needed to get myself out of this somehow. And that's how things that you can look at with your eyes started, actually. It just started by me saying, okay, you know what? I can sleep for 18 hours in a day. I can be in pain. I can feel sorry for myself. I can be depressed. I can be anxious, whatever. Just do this one thing. Just create this one thing, and then that's my day. Because I literally wasn't doing anything. So something really cool that comes from that is that by doing just that one thing, it actually allowed me to do more things throughout my day. In that it started with me just doing that one thing and uploading it to Instagram, working in Photoshop or creative coding or doing some other thing. But because I was interested in doing that one thing and doing it better than I had done the last day, it actually caused me to go out and learn more and talk to people and ask questions and learn and dig deeper into what I was doing and kind of perfecting my craft, so to speak. Another really cool thing that comes from it too is that as soon as the project sort of gets boring or gets dull or not interesting to me anymore, the very reason why it started sort of becomes prevalent again, in that like depression, health problems, whatever, it's a constant struggle for me, right? So as soon as that days are bad, I have that one thing to fall back on. No matter what else happens, I just have this one thing. No matter how bad things get or how good they get, I still have to do this one thing. And that's sort of a really beautiful thing, because through this process, I've come to realize like why I am on this earth, and that is to create beautiful things. So another really cool meaning that things you can look at with your eyes is taken on is that on Instagram particularly, we see these images of perfection constantly, whether it's the perfect selfie or the perfect drone video or the drone photo or your perfectly posed airbrush model, whatever, always sort of images of perfection, right? Like, and this has demonstrably negative effects on people. People look into their phones, their little black mirrors in their pockets, and are constantly comparing themselves to what's on their screen. And in reality, this is an impossible standard to measure up to, because very often they're perfectly posed, the lighting is perfect, and life is just not like that. Life is full of suffering and pain and agony and anxiety, but also joy and happiness and everything in between, right? So it's weird that we're constantly exposed to these images and trying to measure up to them, when in reality it's impossible. So that's a meaning that this project has taken on as well, is that knowing that every day can't be perfect. In fact, far from it. And that's not something to be sad about. That's something to get excited about, because the bad moments, the moments of pain, the moments of depression, the moments of anxiety are going to pave the way for the good things. And maybe if you do something poorly enough, you'll get to something good. So that really, in a nutshell, is what things you can look at with your eyes is all about, and will continue to be about. Because the cool thing about it is that life is never done. Life will never be perfect. Life will never measure up to those images of perfection that we see on social media all the time. That's definitely a message I want to try and drive home as much as possible when I make these things you can look at with your eyes, is that it doesn't always have to be perfect. Perfection is not a prerequisite for beauty. A beautiful thing does not have to be perfect for it to be beautiful. So I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you who's stuck around for these last 2,000 days, or if you're just tuning in, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And as usual, I didn't want this video to be me rambling the entire time, so here's a bit of a retrospective of things you can look at with your eyes. Thanks so much. Love you. Peace.